Alright, back out in the garage. Time to keep plugging away on the silver car here. Just been tinkering around a little bit this morning. We got the engine all together last night, so that is all good to go. I'm waiting for my oil pan and a flywheel to come in the mail for it. Once we get those, hopefully next week or this next week, we can get the engine in the car, and hopefully by this next weekend, maybe here at Run. But in the meantime, I've still got a lot of other work to do. I've still got rear knuckles, trailing arms, everything to get thrown in the car. I can still get the transmission in the car. So I've still got plenty of work to do. I'm just kind of putzing today. I don't really think I'm going to film much. I don't really feel the best. I've been just kind of in and out working as I feel like it this weekend. Yesterday was really a struggle getting the engine together, so just putzing here a little bit. This morning so far I've got been just working on winterizing the car. So I've got my inner fender wells back in the car, and then I also sprayed all the dirt and everything out of the seams where it collects in the fenders on both sides, and I got it all undercoated all the way around on both sides. You can see all the gel from the undercoating in there. So another can's worth of undercoating into this thing, and inner fenders are back in it. So getting close to being ready for winter, at least. It is already upon us, so can't wait to get this thing back out in the snow and have some fun this winter. That's where this car belongs. I think we are down to the home stretch of getting the silver car here back together. Doesn't really look like it. There's obviously no engine and transmission in it yet, but plan is to get the transmission in it tonight and get the rest of the driveline hooked up to the rear end. I finished the whole rear end over the weekend. I don't know how much of it I filmed or what I showed. I think I would remember. It was only a day ago. It's Monday. But got everything together back here. Got my new trailing arms in, my refreshed lateral arms, upgraded sway bar, upgraded links, new wheel bearings in the knuckles. Knuckles are all back on, and we are back on factory struts for the winter. So still gotta assemble the parking brakes back here, but pretty minor detail. And I gotta get axle nuts in there and torque down, but minor details. We're focusing on getting the whole suspension in. Engine is all ready to go. I got my oil pan in the mail today, as well as my flywheel. So I was amazed that this came so quickly. This thing took 2 weeks to show up, and this came in like 4 days. Like, love it. So everything is here. And I also got myself a little gift for the car for my birthday. Now, my birthday was a little while ago, but I wanted one of these for this car so bad. And to have the actual eye emblem. I have the pink star emblem for this car, and now I have the pink eye color matched already for the car. I was honestly terrified to even buy this. It popped up on a Facebook page that I'm in, and I was a little bit terrified that it was a scam because it was a really good deal. At least I thought it was a really good deal. And I just stayed hopeful through the whole thing and had faith in the guy, and it actually showed up today. So, I mean, I will admit it's not perfect around the edges. It's got its dings and dents. Not really dents, but just little scratches, but it's absolutely perfect. It'll completely match the vibe of this car, and I couldn't be happy to add it to the pink theme of the car. So, and it's obviously just kind of a touch of these cars in general. So well, I decided to go grab the white one, which kind of sad that I did because I paid a lot of money for this one and about half as much for this one. And I'm sad to see how much worse condition that this white one is in, but oh well, is what it is. That's how it goes when you're buying parts from overseas. You just get lucky and you don't. This one was one of those things where it was color matched, and I hadn't seen one pop up color matched with a pink emblem in a while, so Had to get it. And then obviously this one was color matched, and it was just such a good deal. I just had to try, and it's now part of the collection, and it's going to be part of the car. So like I said, I am extremely excited to get it on here. I'm probably going to wait to fully install it till the car's back on the ground. If you follow my Instagram, I guarantee you there's going to be a video up before this video goes up of that grill already installed in there, but that's just because I can. But final install is going to be when the car is on the ground. So, time to jump into it though for the night. I'm going to get the transmission in, get the drive shaft in and everything, you know, hung and supported in that manner. And then hopefully see how that goes, and then I'll get the oil pan sealed onto here tonight. That way we could put an engine in tomorrow. How cool would that be? Actually, this thing, get an engine in tomorrow and I could have this thing a running car the next day and be driving it this next weekend. That would be absolutely awesome. Well, as I was getting ready to position the transmission, I realized, well, I do gotta take off the shifter, but I noticed this bushing here is pretty worn out, so tap out the roll pin, and luckily my buddy, when he was tearing that transmission apart, already got that one off there for me, so all I gotta do is get this one off, obviously get this off, and I got my nice rebushinged pink shift linkage right there. So that'll be going on here. So this one here can just go in the spare parts pile, get the wiring off of here that I don't need. Alrighty, transmission is all ready to go. Like I was saying before, I don't think I finished, but got the other joint on the back. The old one was pretty worn out, all sloppy and whatnot, so luckily I already had the one off the other transmission. Got the new mount all on it, nice and solid, unlike before. So time to finally get this thing slipped in the car, and hopefully the engine can go in tomorrow. Feels good to finally see a transmission back in this car. Got the shift linkage all hooked up. Just got to button up a couple odds and ends, finish tightening up the trans mount on it. Get the drive shaft thrown in. But best news of all, engine's going in tomorrow night. And hopefully by Thursday we'll have this thing running. Can't wait. Overly excited. Back for another night. Last night was a very good night. We got ourselves the transmission back in the car. Tonight, I'm hopefully going to get drive shaft in, axles in, and then we'll see where we get. Hopefully get the engine in. I need to start out though with tonight. I need to get the new oil pan on, get that all sealed, torqued down, let it sit while I get everything settled with the transmission. And we'll hopefully, if this all goes well, we'll get that engine in here tonight, which will be awesome. Oh yeah, I also have 2 helicoils I need to do for the exhaust. Was stud on each side, ended up pulling threads when I took them out, but it's what it is. 20-year-old engines, it's gonna happen. So I'll get that done, get the new oil pan sealed on, and we'll get to trucking along on full assembly. But getting close. Alright, engine is finally ready. Well, actually, I take that back. I just realized I don't have motor mounts on it, but minor detail, those are easy to get on, and I don't have the bolts lost. They're actually in place, so. But anyway, oil pan is sealed and on. Oil cooler slash filter housing is on. Thermostat's back on, and helicoils are done in the heads for the exhaust. So this thing is ready. Next step is getting the front axles in, and I'll probably do the drive shaft too, just to have it done so I don't have to do much more under the car. And then engine's going in. Progress has been made. Got ourselves some axles in there. Got the pin all cleaned up for the clutch fork. Got the drive shaft in, all tightened up. All the transmission mounting bolts are all tight finally. So we are ready. Engine's coming off the stand. We're gonna get the flywheel on her, get the clutch on it, and she's going home tonight. So exciting. And then I'll have a couple of days of buttoning up just a lot of odds and ends and redoing all the fluids in the car for the diff, the transmission, and obviously an oil change. And oh yeah, just keeps adding up, of course. Well, another very productive night. We got an engine in the car. We have just about got the full drivetrain fully hooked up. So still got to finish putting together the parking brakes and get all the brakes together. It's themselves in the rear. Get the front knuckles on both sides, and gonna do a pad and rotor job on this just because the front rotors were very warped from, you know, some spirited driving. And get the last 10% of everything buttoned up. Can't believe that this is actually to this point already. Beyond stoked. Like, I am very speechless that this car actually came together this quickly. I didn't expect to do as much as I did do it, but that's how it goes. I will always be the type of person to escalate my projects because I have just OCD about my stuff being, well, good. And I want my stuff to, I just want to know that it's not just going to leave me stranded somewhere. And I guess we don't really know that it's going to leave me stranded somewhere yet, but it's fully rebuilt. It's got the best chances that it could have, so let's see what happens. We'll hopefully get this thing started here next couple days, possibly. After we run it, I'm going to do a compression test and see what our numbers are, see if we're lucky or see if we ruined an engine. I doubt we ruined it, but you never know. Wish me luck, and that's where I'm leaving off for tonight. Tomorrow, going to do a little bit of putzing around, but yeah. Might take a day off, we'll see. Been busting my butt on this thing, very happy with it, like I've said, so might deserve a night off, but I'll probably find my way out here either way.